Hello everyone, welcome to Monty Excel, Excel in Life. Wherever you are in this world, we all speak one language, that is Microsoft Excel. In this video, we are going to learn an amazing trick that will save your time and efforts when working with large data sets in the Microsoft Excel. Have you ever find yourself scrolling through endless rows, columns of the data, trying to keep track of important information? Well, no more. In this video, we will show you how to use conditional formatting to automatically highlight the selected rows and columns, make it is easier to spot and analyze specific data. If you are new here, consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notification bell so you won't miss any future videos from Monty Excel. Without further delay, let's dive in right in. All right. I hope you have seen the previous videos where we trying to use conditional formatting in order to highlight a row. Also, there is another video to how to highlight a column whenever you're selecting a particular cell. Now let's try to see the combination of rows and the columns. Whenever you're trying to select any cell in your spreadsheet, that intersection row and as well as the column should be selected. To achieve this, again, we'll try to use the conditional formatting. As I mentioned, it's a very powerful Excel function that allows us to apply formatting based on certain conditions. And we always wanted Excel to recognize whenever we are trying to select any cell, that corresponding column and as well as row should be automatically apply the formatting and highlight the entire row and as well as column. So the very first step, you need to select the entire data set here on your spreadsheet, go to the home tab and go to the conditional formatting and click on the new rule. As I mentioned, we have many options here, but we'd like to use the last option which says equal to a formula to determine which cells to format. So here, as you have seen in the previous videos, when I'm trying to format any row, I'm trying to use a function called row. When in the second video, when you're trying to format a column, we are using a column. Now we need to use both the combinations, that is the rows and as well as column. So when we are using both the conditions, we are using here the OR operator, and we are using the cell, and we have to mention the column. So let's specify COL, that is a column, equals to column. And within this column, there is no parameter here. We are not passing any parameter. All right, because in the first cell itself, the column is being passed and column doesn't have any parameter for this example. Now let's try to use a comma operator here and use a cell within open and closing parentheses, use a row. As you can see, we are trying to use a column and as well as a row as a parameters here. And finally, we need to say row opening and closing parameters. But hold on, the formula is not yet over. We need to close the final parenthesis, that is a right parenthesis. So now you go to the format, select any particular color, your desired color. Let's try to select the font color also this time. Let's try to see maybe white. Then once you say OK and OK, you can see the column is selected, but not the row. So that means it is not working 100%. Again, the same reason. That means we need to write a piece of a code behind the scenes that is in the Visual Basic Editor. In order to invoke it, either we can use Alt F11 or you can just go to right click on your tab and go to the code window. Here, try to select the worksheet. As I mentioned earlier, worksheet selection change is an event. Whatever you write a piece of code here, that will trigger whenever there is a change in the spreadsheet. So let's try to use the same line of code here, that is target.calculate. So I want to refresh on every selection. Now let's try to save the file here. Let's try to save the file and see whenever you're trying to select, okay, the intersection cell and as well as the column is being selected. This will make easy for us to spot exactly the value of the cell which you're trying to look in your huge data set. If you find this video informative, then click on like button and make sure to subscribe to Monty Excel. The best is yet to come. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.